Hello once again, audience. This is Darkiplier, and this is Things to Do in Spore. Well, okay, not really. So, okay, this is, yeah, the third time I'm going to be playing this, trying to make a video, and YouTube is hard. I'm also dumb, because the last time I tried playing this, I actually wasn't recording, and I can't go back in the save, so I'm starting all over. That's alright, at least I wasn't that far into the game. So anyway, this is Spore, and I am going to be a herbivore, dang it. No matter how many times I try to stop myself from actually playing this, I'm gonna be a herbivore. I want it to be peaceful, dang it. Alright. Name my planets. Well, the other one was alright, but... Okay, write down in the comments what I should name the planet. I'll wait. Alright, got it? Good. Okay, let's see, I'll just type in some random letters. And here we go, into Spore. Now, you might think that this takes place on the sun, but it doesn't. And yes, that is my spaceship from Krypton going to the planet so that I can eventually become a superhero. But it has a lot of weird rock formations. Why do I land in the sea? I mean, what would happen if I landed on the land? Can I still survive? Or is this the only way I would be able to survive as a cell? Questions we will never have answered. And there I am. Welcome to the tide pool. Throughout Spore, the choices you make impact your future. Moral choices. Perfect. As a cell, your mission is to eat, grow, and evolve. Well, isn't that everybody's mission? Growth is measured in your progress bar below, which is kind of like an experience, which you can use to... this is your progress bar. As you eat, you will earn DNA points. You may spend these points on new parts to evolve your cell. As you progress, you grow larger and your world expands. So for those people who are... who play RPGs, it's kind of like your experience bar that you get. Like a carnivore would get DNA points for eating meat, and a herbivore gets points for eating, well, herbs. And killing other cells is completely incidental. Doesn't really matter that much. Well, at this stage, I guess. The only way killing other cells really matters at this stage is if you kill another cell that has a part that you want, because you can use these parts to modify yourself later on. Whenever you call for a mate, that lets you modify your appearance and abilities and such. So I have 15. That should be enough to get me something. Now I'm going to make another cell and dance around. Yes, that's how babies are made. Yes, I can paint. I know this. Well, the audience doesn't. Well, you might. I don't know who's seen videos on Spore already. No idea. I think it's a good idea, this is just me, have you know, some kind of defense, at least at this stage. And spikes are the best defense you have against carnivores right now. So that's what I'm gonna do. Protect myself against carnivores, because meat is murder. And murder is murder too. But we'll get to that. I am gonna be a dumbbell. Sort of. High in the middle and round on both ends. Actually, it's low in the middle. But, you know, same difference. I only want one eyeball. This is where the eye belongs, right in the middle. I like multiples better than just where spikes are concerned. Alright, well, it's good enough for defense. See, this can so green color overall. Then I'm gonna pick iron to it. Right. I'll use that. So what am I gonna name my species? Write down in the comments what you think I should name my species. Got it. Good. Oh, that's a good choice. Thank you, random respondent. Let's see. So, as a herbivore, your job is to go around and eat all this green stuff for DNA points. And also to stay alive, because stuff bigger than you wants to kill you, basically. And also be on the lookout for creatures with different parts, because if you can claim those parts and then use them for yourself. These guys pretty much have the same parts as me so far, so there's not really much for me to use just yet. Spike Sword was good at the start. It's pretty much all you have at the start for attacking or defense. Of course, if you are a carnivore, you can also bite other cells. As a herbivore, you can't really, you know, attack with your mouth. You're not a meat eater. These. That. Nom nom nom. Nom 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 nom. Alright. Now this tells me to call a mate to enter the cell creator, but you can kind of do that at any time, so I'm not going to do that just yet. But I believe is the last part. There. But as you can see, I still have a lot of DNA on the progress bar to get until basically the end of the stage, which is right on the right side there. So I am going to collect a couple more points if I can. I believe I have all the parts now. And even if you start the game as a herbivore like I did, you can actually change if you want to. Like I could use this and become a carnivore if I wanted to. I'm not going to do that. I want Tobuscus so that I can be an omnivore. That's much cooler to me, just have more options. And if you get hurt, you can eat. Or if you're a herbivore, you can eat more plants. If you're a carnivore, you can eat meat to replenish your health at this stage. And I think it would be pretty useful to have a stabby thing. Would like to get a couple more parts, but suck everything through a straw as an omnivore. So now I can actually eat meat and plant. And how? Right? Sucked his brains, I guess. Sucked through a straw. Alright. I really like the electricity one. Kind of stun enemies for a couple seconds that way. And poison is interesting too. The poison part. And let's see. Ow. That hurt. I'm not gonna just turn into a straight carnivore. I could, but I still want to sort of be a herbivore. Actually, what I'd really like to do is be an omnivore, but you can't pick that from the beginning. So I'm going to keep these omnivore straws. What else? I'm going to do spikes, cilia. I already have the tobuscus. Electric. Electric. Like that. That. Let's see. Electric. Got an acorn on my face. Suck that through a straw. Let you keep this guy, because I can. And do a brain. Cool. On the path to sentience. When it comes to swimming in sludge, you rule the pool. That's what I always wanted to do. Swim in sludge. When you are ready to stretch your legs and the big wide open, click the advance button. Alright. Well, that happens every now and then. Your brain will grow bigger. And it's not always when you move on to the next stage, because your brain can grow bigger a couple times in the creature stage, I think. I really haven't played that far into it. But I know it happens at the end of this stage. But basically you can keep playing this part as long as you want to, until you want to advance. Although I don't think you'll be able to really get any more DNA. You know, I got 5 right now, but that's about all I'll be able to get until I actually advance. So I'm going to advance. And this depends on what you do. Oh, I guess I did eat some meat a couple times, huh? Maybe it was just... No. This crosshair is how many creatures you killed during that stage. This timeline shows the history of the actions you have taken during the life of a cell. So, basically I went straight to herbivore because that's all I could do at the beginning. And a couple times I took a couple steps down towards omnivore. But I didn't eat enough to make it much of a difference. And depending on what stage that you end up on here, you will get a different ability. Like herbivores will get a siren song, omnivores get summon flock, and carnivore gets a raging roar. And as a herbivore, these are the different things you will get at the different stages later on, I guess. But okay, so that's just a recap of basically what I did here. And now we're actually in 3D, where before just trying to modify myself for this stage, it was only in 2D, basically. So I am going to do like curvy line. Let's see. So I can spit, charge, and bite. And I can also sing and charm. Let's see, I have sight, sneak, mating call. It's a complexity meter. Alright, that's good enough. A cool way of interacting with other players without, you know, actually interacting with them, you know, in real time. You can still interact with their creatures. Cool. I can't get up. I'm stuck. Help. Help, hey. Anybody? Alright, I guess I'll just stay here on the beach. It's the beginning of a new day, and for you, a whole new strange and wondrous world. Air fills your lungs as you stretch into your limbs in your new home. Dry land. Dry land is not a myth. I've seen it. Remember that. The race to evolve has begun. Right, I thought we were already starting, but you say so. Spore shows your progress. Yes, we know that from the previous stage. Here's where you find your objectives in the top left corner. You have to learn how to eat, which is pretty easy, and then you also find new parts. Can I get that? I don't think I can get that yet. Not without grabbers. You can get arms later on. I honestly can't tell which part is my front and which part is my butt. Now this guy wants to say hi, so let's say hi to this guy. Now it's not like before exactly where you would just kill another creature and get their parts. At least I don't think so. As I said, I didn't really play this that much at the stage, so I'm not really sure about that. But I know a couple other ways you can get parts. Okay, who's this? You've met a new species. Better make them a friend or foe. Set your stance and get ready to sing or snarl as your newfound neighbor. At your newfound neighbor. So you can either be in combat stance or peaceful stance. So, since I want to be peaceful, I'm going to stay in peaceful stance, and I'm going to click one of these things. Try to get along with this guy. Now I have to mimic him in order to impress him. And they'll tell you in the objectives how many you have to impress in order to get them as your allies. Well done, to the victor go the spoils. You are on your way to a bigger brain and a smarter you. Sweet. Okay, so I impressed that guy, but I have to impress 2 more. And this is how a herbivore can get more DNA points by impressing other creatures and making them allies. And the way a carnivore would do it is, you know, basically by killing them and eating their brains. But since I want to be peaceful with these guys, I'm just going to sing to them. And since I charmed an alpha, I get a new part. What's this? You discovered a new part. Imagine the cool stuff you'd find on even bigger creatures or skeletons. And, of course, the mating call lets you modify yourself. I still have to impress one more guy in order to get the DNA rewards for completing the quest. I did that. Alright. Coming through. Scratch the ground. Boop a little bit. Not too hard. Alright. And that is also how babies are made. Or just eggs. Now see, these are all the parts you can get in this stage, which is really a lot. And look at this. Look at how many parts you can get. And then there's the cute and creepy parts pack, which I have, which There's like a whole nother sheet of parts you can get. That's a lot right there. A lot of customization. Alright. I'm gonna keep my tobuscus straws because that means I can eat meat or plants. If I change it right now, I actually won't be able to get it back because that part doesn't exist anymore, at least right now. So these are different things for herbivores. And you can see by the icons what kind of creature can usually use those parts. Carnivore, omnivore, and herbivore down here. And these are pretty much for any kind of creature here. And I'm not positive about this, but I think that depending on the part that you have equipped, it can be easier to get parts of the same type. Like if let's see, I get this necro eye, and that's my eyeball. Now I believe that since I have this part equipped down here, that I will randomly get these. I have a higher chance of getting these next parts. I think. Don't really know. That's my assumption, and I'm sticking to it. Alright, those are my feet. Don't judge me. Alright, let's see. And these are different weapons you can get, but they all cost at least 25 points, which I don't have. And then there are various decorations you can get. Add on different abilities. Well, this is all I can do right now, so let's see. I can bite and I can charge. And mostly, I have abilities for impressing other creatures. They will introduce you into what these things actually look like when you activate them. Like that's a charm move. You can activate charm. This little tutorial part helps you if you want to impress other creatures, because you have to know by sight, basically, what the other creatures do, so that you can mimic them. And they're also going to teach me the attacks they have. That's a charge. Yeah, right there. Now you have to make sure that if you want to kill something, that you're in combat mode. And if you want to impress somebody, that you're in social stance. Because you can't attack or defend yourself if you're in social stance, which I found out the hard way. If there are enemies around, don't be social. You have to make sure you're in combat. And that seems like a good place to stop, so I will hopefully continue this next time. If I don't mess up again, then you should see this creature very soon. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.